Well, hail to you, champion. G-Rives Gaming here. I hope you all are having an incredible day. Are you ready to play? Let me get my video on. Let's play. Oh, man. That's funny. Anyways, hope you guys are all having an incredible day. We are going to be playing some more Diablo 2 Resurrected. Let's go ahead and clear our drop from last stream, so we can hopefully get another one of these high runes. Let's see what we get today, guys. I'm super excited. Things have been going really well. It looks like people are also like watching the mirrored streams over on, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, all those wonderful places. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Really do appreciate it. Let's jump in here and see if we can't find some more stuff. Let's do it. There we go. Wasn't clicked into the window. No coffee this morning, sadly. We ran out of creamer, so we had to go shopping. So I plan on streaming until about noon Mountain Standard. So where does that put us? Just shy of 3 hours. So my last streams have been kind of short, and yeah, it's just we've just been super busy with other stuff, guys. So with the card opening stuff, with eBay stuff, just super busy, just in general. So I'm honestly just grateful for whatever time I can get in here and continue this this challenge. So we are now halfway. We now have a fully formed bear rune. So either we get another bear rune and just complete it all, because we're 50%, just over 50% with that ohm, or we get 2 Sur runes, or we get enough high runes to cube up to it. So it's going really good. I think it's going really good. I think people are enjoying it for the most part. I know it's not the most exciting thing to experience and to watch, but we try to change it up just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So let's see what we have today for our single player Terror Zone calendar. Looks like we just have Dry Hills, Halls of the Dead, and Loot Galeen Sewers. So that doesn't really sound interesting to me, so we're going to pass on those. We're just going to keep grinding out more of these. Looks like we're coming up on 2,800 runs, guys. And we're already ahead of schedule. Like, I figure we would get a Sur rune, probably once every like 2,500 runs. 2,500 runs. And we're ahead of schedule, so that's good. Like, as far as like where we're at is concerned, I feel like we're ahead. So that feels really good. Super stoked about that. I do need to get an update video out. Basically announcing that all the Pokemon cards and openings of Yo, Yusuke, how's it going? We do got a bear rune. I'm going to have to show it to you now because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, yeah. Feels good. So we're now just over halfway. Yeah, getting that yesterday was super exciting, man. It was so good. No coffee today. We ran out of creamer, my homemade creamer, so we have to go to Costco today to get more heavy whipping cream so I can make some more. So today I'm rocking the Celsius, so tropical vibe. I don't recommend doing energy drinks just because for me it makes me kind of sick to my stomach. And you have a really high caffeine like buzz, and then like you have a really harsh crash and drop sometimes. So I do not recommend it personally, but But in the pinch of I'm out of coffee and I need a pick-me-up to get me started this morning, my wife and I were up late. We were watching 1883, which is I believe one of the origin stories for the Yellowstone series with Kevin Costner. It's an absolutely interesting series, guys. I definitely would recommend it. But 1883 has got us captivated. Like, it's probably the first series in a long time that we haven't been sitting on our phones being distracted while we're watching it because it's bad or it's not that interesting or compelling. Surprisingly, Faith Hill, 6% poison resist small charm. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw actually do pretty well. Surprisingly, it works. I was really skeptical. You know, two very large pop country singers, you know, coming in as heavy hitters and like the big names for a TV series. I was really skeptical. Very, very skeptical. And I was so wrong and pleasantly surprised. I was absolutely over the moon with how well it was working. Is it perfect? No. I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect show or a perfect TV show. There is some sentiments in it I'm not going to dive into just because I don't like, you know, inserting my personal ideologies or thoughts or, you know, feelings on, you know, why I think something is good or bad. I just say, you know, I just don't think it's great or I think it's pretty good. Because I just don't want to interject any of my personal thoughts on it. This is just not the channel for it. If I do want to do that, I'll just make another channel because I want this channel to be free of that kind of stuff. But just overall, it was really good. The acting is really great. The way that they did the dialogue, very compelling. They use all practical effects, you know, for any big things, you know, like they don't really have a ton of explosions, you know. They have the only qualm I have is some of the gunfight scenes. The gunfight scenes are just like any old Western. They just have way too many bullets. And you're counting. You're like, oh, he's out already, but somehow still shooting. Oh, he's out, but somehow he's still shooting. Like nobody's reloading. Like I've not seen one person reload. So they did not stay true to that. They wanted to obviously make it more exciting, so they just went ahead and, you know, they can just wrist spike. Yeah, we can check that out, see if it's anything interesting. And not really. So there's some disagreements there. Some of the acting can be a little cheesy. I think it was a little rocky at the beginning. I feel like Faith Hill definitely hit her stride, you know, halfway through the series. I feel like the rugged, stoic cowboy, which is, you know, James Dutton, played by Tim McGraw, surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. And honestly, it's the lack of overacting that really compels me, because like they just made it really simple, you know. I think sometimes people just try too hard, and I think in this instance, it's the not trying hard that made it work. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. My wife and I are really enjoying that. We stayed up until 11 o'clock to hit. I think we watched 2 or 3 episodes. We have 2 more left. I'm sure we're going to watch them later today. All right, baby tear. Yeah, and if you go look at the going live clip, Yusuke, I'm gonna have to like make that my next clip, because that's a huge drop, and I think that would work really good and bringing more eyes to my gaming channel. We're about to hit, you know, 200 followers on YouTube, which is super exciting. But we definitely would like to get my views up. But again, like, I'm playing a very niche game at this point because it's so old, and, you know, not very many people are playing resurrected because, you know, yeah, we have some changes, but now the changes are like almost a year old, right? The last changes were in season 2 or 3 or something like that. We're on season like 8. So it's been at least a year since like any major changes besides hot fixes and bugs and such like that. So, you know, of course people are going to move on. You know, people aren't going to stick with a game if there's nothing new that they can experience, you know? And honestly, fair enough. Like, I almost feel like, you know, they definitely did all hands on deck and just like kind of dropped Diablo 2 so they could save Baby Talrun. So they could try to save Diablo 4. And I think Diablo 4 is like hanging by a thread, in my opinion. And I feel like so far what has come out for season 4 was better, you know, I think objectively better than what has come out in the previous seasons. And I think the only other thing I think did okay, I think season 2 in Diablo 4 did okay from what I understand from other people that have played it. I just completely skipped it. Like, I was just like, everybody's saying it's bad, there's no reason for me to play it. I'm not going to play it at release. So I came back in season 4, and season 4 was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. And I feel like the only reason season 4 did not hit for me like I was hoping it would, the biggest glaring issue is that Baby Ithrin. The biggest glaring issue for Diablo 4 Season 4 was all of the gatekeeping. Like, you had to farm materials in order to go to the next progression of the game. All right. Lightning and fire. Faster run walk and faster hit recovery. That's actually kind of interesting. It's not tri-res boots, you know, with 30% faster run walk. I would have loved to have at least another resist on there, but it's actually pretty decent. I mean, these aren't terrible. These would be really great placeholders, honestly. I actually really like those. Not bad for first start of the stream. And the ring is Garbo. So you couldn't just progress to the game by just switching it to like a different difficulty. You had to farm and you had to do capstones in order to move on to the next difficulty. And the only problem I have with that, it was really difficult as a single solo player. Like, you know, kudos for them making it really interesting and fun for group play. Kudos, obviously. But as far as for a single player doing solo self-found, I felt like it was really too difficult in a lot of ways. I don't know why I kept those. Those are bad. Like, it was... I felt like they could have done better at that and allow you to move through the difficulties at your own pace. Instead of, okay, I'm ready to go. Okay, but now you got to farm and you got to do... reputation. You know, you got to do... you're renowned. You got to do all these different things just to get to the next level. And if it's just like, I feel like I can go to the next level, I should just be able to change the difficulty and go to the next level. Baby Amrun. So I feel like that was a lose there for Blizzard, in a lot of ways. And nothing there. So that I felt like was a big lose. I felt like, again, it's like the whole idea of, well, you need to have gear dropping from hell mode in order to play hell mode. I don't like that idea, and it was pretty much the same way. It's like, oh, you want to go to World Tier 3? Okay, well, you need World Tier 3 gear in order to play World Tier 3. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, each level previously should prepare you for the next level. And I feel like I didn't get enough gear reasonably quick enough to get me to the next level. Okay, I need to check because I think I heard... I thought I heard a rune drop. Oh no, I guess not. I guess I didn't. So I felt like that was a lose. The campaign sucked. 100% campaign sucked. Wasn't a good story. Wasn't told well. And they didn't focus on their target audience. I have very big feelings about this because it's like, why are we making games for people that don't play the game? It doesn't make any sense. Why are we telling stories for people that are less likely to play the game? You know, without going to any of the, you know, politics and like, you know, who's the demographic and stuff like that. I just feel like they just really didn't do a great job with that overall. I feel like the biggest win in Season 4 was the Helltides. The Helltides were fun. The game loops in the Helltides were fun. I felt like... I mean, even leveling as a druid, which leveling at the point in juncture in the start of Season 4, druids were not great for solo leveling. And I was actually having a blast with it, honestly. I feel like it was just difficult enough that it made me want to play more to get better. But it wasn't such a detriment that I couldn't continue to progress. But I felt like I hit a wall when I was working on my world tier, completing world tier 3. I feel like I hit a real big brick wall on that. And so I feel like there was a lose there where like you literally hit a brick wall and it's just like, okay, do I just make a new character now because my character is not strong enough to get through this? And then learning, oh, you have to do another reputation, or you have to do, you know, another quest line in order to open up, you know, enough ability, you know, to like crit or damage or whatever. So then learning later on, oh, there's this quest line that you got to do for your class, and that opens up a whole nother baby tier, a whole nother regiment of abilities, and helps you to progress through the game. It's like, what? And then finally learning about Renowned then is like, that's when I learned those two things. Like, well, you can't really progress it unless you finish your Renown and your class quest line. Then maybe you can do it. And then I completed the class quest line, and then like it was taking forever to do Renowned. And so I'm just like, why am I playing this game when it's like gatekeeping me from playing the game? Like, what the heck? So anyway, long story short, I stopped playing Diablo 4. I'm not going to be playing the expansion. I'm not going to be enjoying it because it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable for me. And literally the end of this week, sometime this week, I believe, Rax came out with a clip showing him finally rolling a perfect piece of gear. He's only been able to make one perfect piece of gear. Rax, who plays anywhere between 8 and 12 hours a day, finally got his first perfect piece of gear for his class and for his build. Now, why is it that they made it where you have to wait so long in order to get a good, like the best piece of gear? They literally made it impossible to do with the way that they craft, you know, with the tempering, difficult to get the gear that you need for your class and your build. Like, you should literally be, okay, this is my belief. If you're playing solo and you're grinding and you're going through all these game loops, right? I feel like at the start of a season, you should be able to be fully geared playing as a normie in 30 days. So that way you can enjoy the next 30 to 60 days, baby Ethrin, actually playing the game and playing the end game loops. Now, They did swing the pendulum a lot harder the other way when they made Diablo 3. Diablo 3, there's literally no gates, and you burn through leveling, and you're literally doing greater rifts like 6 to 8 hours into the gameplay. That's terrible. That's literally terrible. And you're pretty much geared out with like a build, like a, you know, your base build by the end of like the first week or two. That's too fast. So like they definitely need to make sure they have a balance with that, in my opinion. But I literally played it for 30 days and I did not get to World Tier 4. Now, granted, some of that was, well, let's say a lot of that. It was my first time playing the game, so I didn't know a lot of stuff. I did my best to kind of, you know, look up stuff. I think there's a few people who helped me out, like trying to figure out where to go, what to do next, how to get to capstones and stuff like that, because I had no idea. No idea about Nightmare Dungeons. Like, it was a big learning curve and learning process. It wasn't very... Okay, baby Sol Rune. It was not very conspicuous. Wow, 14 life, 52 mana. Probably give that to my lightning sorceress until we get lightning charms. So, in my opinion, they need to, you know, they need to retune it again. And they literally have, you know, put out almost a whole new game loot system, like it seems like every other season. And they're just scrambling, just throwing stuff against the wall and just trying to figure out what will let players, you know, continue to play their game, because they want this to be a forever game, right? They want this to be their new Diablo forever game. And 19 defense. They're just not doing it. They're just not doing it right. They're not listening to player feedback. They're not solving the issues that are at hand. They're going, oh, we see what you're saying, but we think that this is how it will solve it, not what people say. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to play Diablo 4. To me, it's a dead game. Kind of like Diablo 2, it's a dead game. People don't play it, and it is what it is. But that game is dead to me. Like once I get a once I get a Steam Deck, I'll go back and I'll play Hogwarts Legacy and probably dabble a little bit in Last Epoch. And just kind of enjoy playing those games on the side here and there. Hey, baby Falrune, let's go. And just kind of enjoy those games because they're a lot of fun. 1 to maximum, 15 poison over 4 grand charm. Womp, womp, womp. So here we are, returning back to Diablo 2, which I have now for, you know, this month. And I'm really enjoying this game. Like, I can set myself goals, I can set myself challenges, you know, and I only get like, you know, 10 to 12 hours a week to play this. So it's incumbent to know, you know, what I'm going to do next, and then, you know, finish off these different challenges, baby Talrun, before we go to the next one. And this one is a big undertaking for sure. Like, farming thousands and thousands of runs in Lower Kurast is not for the faint of heart. It's very grindy. It's very mundane. It's very repetitive. And although that's kind of where this game shines, is repetition, farming bosses, farming areas is super fun in this game. And you want to keep playing it because you want to find the next piece of gear, the next best, you know, piece that's going to upgrade your guy. Tech rating, mana, and mana. That's not terrible, but not something I would end up using. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section over on YouTube to see what you guys think about Diablo 4. Because I think overall people have said that it's better, and that's why more people are playing it. I just don't think they have the average gamer in mind, which is the vast majority of who's playing their game. It's directed at people like me, like 30 to 40, maybe 45 at this point. Those are the people that are playing Diablo. Like some younger guys, I'm sure. But those people who love the IP since, Diablo 1, like, those are the people that really want to play this game. And it's just like time and time again, they just choose not to, cater it to the demographic, the casual player. Like, yeah, definitely have things that are like end game for like, those hardcore Henrys. But your game needs to be fun for the vast majority of people. And I think gating stuff like that just doesn't make it fun, in my opinion. So, like, Diablo 3 is a really great example on one side, which is it didn't gate it enough. And then you have the opposing side, which is Diablo 4, which everything is gated. Everything has to be farmed. Everything has to have a material in order to do anything in the game. And I just disagree with that philosophy completely. It's not fun. Hello? Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, dang. 1 to 4 lightning. Love the monster graphic. That's always my favorite. I always love it when I find those. Those and the paw small charms are like my favorite. Not a big fan of the football. Probably the coin. No, maybe the coin's my favorite. I think the coin's my favorite. Paw is second, and then like, I absolutely don't like the football small charm. It looks like Garbo. Same thing with like the DNA. The DNA is okay. I don't really much care for the eye. 2 to fire skill helm. So yeah. And what's interesting is that like I kind of what's the word? I did kind of alienate my followers a little bit by trying different games and then trying Diablo 4 and trying, Last Epoch and, all these different games. And I feel like some people like followed my channel because I was, doing different things. But I think for the most part, people are like, dude, you played Diablo 2. Why are you not playing Diablo 2? Like, that's what we came for. So, like, there's definitely something to say for people who, really focus on just doing one game, fairly well. I think that's true for people like Rax. I think Rax did that really well. And then switched over to trying different games after a while. And then same thing with, what's his name? The ninja guy. Forget his name. Something ninja. He played Fortnite forever. And now he's played other games, and like people have really, enjoyed that. So maybe that's what I got to do. Of course, I'm kind of doing it wrong. I'm playing a game that's, again, it's niche. Technically, people consider it a dead game because, how many, thousands of people are watching it, right? 5 to life, small charm. Anything here? No. Like let's look right now. Like I'm watching my stream here, but let's look. Twitch.tv. All right. Yeah, like Rax is playing right now. Oh, Kano's on. Nice. Oh, I just did the infinite loop. My bad. Browse. Diablo 2 Resurrection. 1.9k viewers. So that's actually pretty decent, like, for right now. But, like, where are all the watchers, right? Oops, hold on. So usually the vast majority of the viewers are on the one most popular person that's live. which right now is Kano. And then everybody else is just kind of sprinkled through, you know, all these different viewers. Oh, here's a non-English streamer. Wow, he's got 600 viewers. Nice. And everybody else is just kind of sprinkled through. So it's usually like only one or two people that are streaming that get all the views, pretty much. So if we go back and we browse again and we do categories and go from high to low, these are the top games that are up right now. So just chatting, League of Legends, Apex Legends. I think that they just came out with like a new DLC or new update or something. Call of Duty is always usually up there. Warcraft kind of fluctuates depending on the depending on the different expansions that come out. And I dedicated like 6 years of my life to that game. I played from the end of Burning Crusade all the way through the beginning of Mists of Pandaria. I think I leveled up a character and stopped. Because as soon as I started figuring out like how vastly they changed the professions and how I couldn't do the same jewel crafting and like, you know, flipping stuff and playing the auction house, I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to play it. Fortnite's always going to be up there. You know, you're going to have like big splashes of new games, you know, like Black Myth, Wukong right now is like really big. You always have Counter-Strike will always be up there. Like any of these games you can replay doing the same thing as far as like, you know, in one of these competitive games, they're always going to be really good. I played League of Legends like for 3 years and I streamed. Again, like, you know, I had to start a new channel because they wouldn't give me back the access to my channel. So long story short, if I really wanted to grow my channel and bring a lot more people in, I would play one of the better games that draws more people. The only problem is those games take a lot more energy. They take a lot more time. They take a lot more practice. Like if I wanted to get good at League of Legends again, I probably need to do that full time. Like legit, I would need to be playing it anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day. You know, I need to be doing, you know, at least 8 to 10 games a day. Baby doll rune. Just to make it work. Just for me to find like, and even after a year, I might build back up to like a gold. Maybe. Like I was gold before I stopped, and I was well on my way to. I had legendary and plat people saying that I would easily make plat eventually. Like I was on track to get plat at the end of the year before I stopped playing and made a promise to my wife that I would never play League of Legends again. And I stand by that promise. I'd be hard pressed to find a way to get back to that game. It did not make me a very kind, nice person at all. I'm just being 100% honest. I was a terror to be around when I was playing that game. I would get so angry, especially when people like purposefully like threw the game. Oh, I would be so angry. And I've prided myself in keeping a lot of that anger inside, but that anger did not stay inside very often when I played that game. So it was always very frustrating when I'd get interrupted because I'd be in the middle of the match, like trying to get through my trials, baby Thul. And then my wife would come in and be like, what do you want? I'm trying to beat the game. So I just need something to chill on. So even though this is a niche game, even though, you know, there's already, I just clicked on the wrong one. There's already plenty of streamers out there who are, you know, doing very well at this. And that's pretty much where the vast majority of fans go. And fans, people are, I've noticed, are very kind in this game. Like they're always, you know, super kind. They're always super like, hey, that's exciting. You got a cool job. Awesome. They're always kind to be like, hey, you missed something, you know, check this out. or give you some good feedback. They're fiercely loyal to their streamer. Fiercely loyal. I've had like usually when I'd get a raid, I would at least get like a handful of new followers. But currently people that come and raid, like I had a really big raid from Trix the other day. I think it was like 2 weeks ago because I didn't stream last weekend. And so we were up to like, I think we maxed out at in the double digits, of course. Didn't get one follower. They're just like, why are we watching this dude do lower Kurast runs? This is boring. And fair enough, it is boring. But I'm just super chill. Like, I don't have, like, I don't have, like, a shtick. I have, like, my intro and, like, my outro stuff that I say every time. I don't really have a shtick. I'm just kind of like, I'm just playing the game, I'm just enjoying the grind. So I just keep going, Arcane Targe. Yeah. But, I'm very communicative and I have great conversations and people chat in. And I think for most part, people just want to watch, and just enjoy when we get some good hits, Which in this game is far and few between. I mean, it's literally taken me almost 3,000 runs to get 2 Sir runes, so... Sorry, my throat's kind of sore from yesterday. Streaming 5 or 6 hours is... And then trying to be, what's the word? Entertaining. I think I'm more entertaining when I open up Pokemon cards. Those dopamine hits are like back and forth all the time. Where this game, like, I could go 4 hours with not getting one hit. Like, not even a mid rune, not even a pull, or not even a good small charm or grand charm. It's happened. It has. That was my Friday stream. I think we got a unique ring that was kind of interesting, and then a small magical charm that wasn't perfect. Like, that was a rough stream because there just wasn't any excitement at all with baby Nephrune. But, it's just like one of those things, I really don't want to play World of Warcraft again. I have zero desire to play that game. I'm just being honest. Like, I love it. I put a lot of time and energy into it. They changed it so much that it made it no longer fun. Like, they killed literally Blizzard killed the QQ pre-mades. They killed it with Raid Finder. They killed it with changing the way that you queue up. You can no longer, like, try to get, like, a 40-man group and be organized. Like, I think they eventually came out with, like, Battleground raid groups. So you could, like, queue up as a raid. But during that time, I think it was somewhere around Wrath of the Lich King, I want to say. Somewhere around Wrath of the Lich King, I think they killed QQ pre-mades. And I loved that community. I literally ran those Battleground groups as a leader until it died. Like, literally, I was the last leader running them. And I ran it probably a little bit longer than that I probably should have. QQ pre-mades were pretty much abusing the system. 100% not intended by devs, I would bet. Okay. That's a very good... Okay, I can see what you're saying there, Yusuke. But here's the thing. I wanna hear your opinion because I think this is a very interesting discussion. So let's go with the example of the gold exploit with Last Epoch. So they had a gold exploit and people were, basically duping like billions of gold, right? $10 on. Okay. That is a very safe bet, my friend. A very safe bet, brother. So in that exploit, people were able to produce billions of gold very, very quickly and could buy, all the best gear and everything. Like I think it was only up for like maybe a week or two. I don't think it was up for too long. What do you think they should have done? I think what they did is they actually banned the people that were abusing the exploit. And then they patched it. Do you feel that it was a fair what's the word? Do you feel like that was a very fair thing for them to do, to ban the people that found the exploit and utilized it? Or do you feel like they should have just had a warning and like, hey, we're patching this, and not ban them? I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. And maybe I did not explain that very well. But I'm just curious. Do you feel like if people find exploits and they utilize them, that they should be banned, removed from the game, and made to either start a new account from scratch, or just banning them completely where they can't create an account? I know it takes a few moments to catch up, so always ban people who abuse exploits to get an unfair advantage to other players. Never ban someone who accidentally found it and did it one time and reported it. Okay. And I think that, in many ways, that is just and fair. You find people, they found an exploit, they abuse it, patch it, ban all the people who utilize it. I can see that perspective. I absolutely can. Here's my thing. I think that the developers and the engineers that are creating the game should have found that and fixed it before it became an issue. Hello. Because here's my belief. I believe that if an exploit is found, people utilize it, or I guess in this case we're calling it abuse, right? And they abuse that exploit to their advantage. 4% magic. We can do better than that. I feel like they are utilizing something in the game that was in the game. I feel like, yeah, I agree. It's common sense. Like, obviously, you shouldn't be able to dupe gold, so you shouldn't do it. I believe and understand that. However, it's in the game. So in my mind, they just found something that was already implemented in the game. And although it wasn't intended, they utilized it. That was produced in the game. It wasn't caught by the developers. So I think banning people for finding that and then utilizing it, I think, is the wrong approach, in my opinion. This is how I think we should approach it. Diablo 2 comes out with a new season. They do some bug fixes. They found out you can dupe runes again. And it gets wildly out of hand. They don't patch it for a week or two or whatever until they figure it out and they get it closed. Now, do I think they should ban people? No, I don't, because I believe... Oh, 2 NATO. Oh, I wish it was skills plus NATO, but... I feel like they should roll back those characters, roll back that gold, roll back, whatever items it was that they were able to purchase from, the said runes that they traded and did whatever. I think they should just roll back the character to before they were duping. And then send a warning and say, hey, we've now patched this, we've fixed this. If you find another exploit doing the same thing, we will ban you. I think banning people for something, although unintended, that get abused, I feel like is not necessarily I think it's more upon the developers and stuff to actually fix those things. And so I think that banning people is not 100% fair. I feel like, if they do find it, yeah, they should report it. Yeah, they should say, hey, I was able to dupe like 1 billion gold. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. That's what we would want people to do. We want people to do the right thing, obviously, and they should get rewarded for it in some shape or form. But I think outright banning people because of, mistakes that were made, I think is kind of the wrong way to go, in my opinion. It's pretty much common sense. If you can exploit infinite gold in an online game with an economy, you shouldn't be doing it. Fair. Devs are humans and games are complex. There will always be bugs. Bugs are unintended defects to software, meaning it's not intended by the devs to be in game. Correct. I don't think developers are purposefully, adding dupes and the infinite gold dupes in game on purpose. But I think banning people for finding an exploit and then exploiting it, I think honestly, I just feel like they could just roll back the characters, remove the gold, and then Bob's your uncle. You're back to square one. I think just outright banning people is just lazy, in my opinion. I feel like they can do a better job at policing that just by saying, hey, thanks for showing us this exploit. Don't do it again. We're rolling back your character. Yeah, rollback is always the... Oh, I think you accidentally pressed enter, bro. Yeah, I think just rolling back is the best way to go. I feel like outright banning people is like basically telling them we don't want you to play the game. And if they find an exploit, I mean, yeah, granted they shouldn't be like praised and be like, hey, thank you so much for finding this exploit. And then, duplicating all this gold and buying all the best gear. We're going to reward you for that. I don't think that's the right way to do it either. But I think outright banning people for finding a mistake in the game, in the coding or the software or whatever the case may be, is just asking people, please don't play my game. Ooh, okay. Hey, let's go. It's a perfect 20 life small charm in my second favorite graphic. Let's freaking go, dude. That's always nice. But I just feel like when people do that, it's just like, hey, we don't want you to play our game, so you played it wrong. Now we're gonna ban you. I just feel like that's very oppressive. Magical small charm. Yeah, and I really feel like just rolling back, I think, is just the better way to do it. And just saying, hey guys, we found this exploit. If you guys find it, please let us know. Please don't exploit it or share it with people. And I think people react to that a lot better than just being outright banned and like, oh yeah, you can't play our game anymore because you found something that was missed. It's like, we're all humans. I think maybe I accidentally made this too big. Why can't I scroll down to this? I'm missing something here. Oh, that's why. It's because it's asking me to accept cookies. Yeah, rollback is always ideal solution, but with certain tech stacks, it's not possible. I think this should be the standard practice, but not all devs develop a game for this scenario. To cost money, a dev's time to make features like this is possible. Not all devs want to pay that price. Instead of building content, didn't hit enter early. That was my response above. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I think that's fair. I really do think that's fair. Like, I think maybe because it does happen a lot, it does happen often enough where these rollback scenarios should be in place, because we all know we're human. We all know we're imperfect. We're going to forget things. 33 extra gold from monsters. So I think that should be in place. And I think like situations with Last Epoch, I bet they did not have that in place. So that's why they couldn't roll it back. But again, that's something that should have been planned for from the beginning, that, okay, we might have some issues here. We may have to like roll back characters because people will find issues with our game and they'll exploit them. That's why they call them exploits. So we should probably have this rollback situation in our game so that we can have that just in case. And it's possible now that they've had an issue that they'll probably, hopefully, they'll build that into the game moving forward. Hopefully. Because it could have been, you know, it could have been one of those players that like dedicated their life, their time. They put hundreds of dollars into like supporting the game. And then it's just, you know, they found an exploit. They're like, oh, heck yeah, let's get all the gear I've always wanted because, you know, I've been playing the game now for, you know, since inception and put hundreds of dollars into the game. Oh, now you're not allowed to have it anymore. Yeah, I just feel like that's just like basically telling people you don't want them to play their game. Because they could implement that into the game. So that's why you have laws, because people will exploit and do stupid crap. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. That's why we have terms of service. You know, that's why we have those different things. There are consequences, same with games. Yes, but they're also not technically laws. Like, because you duplicated gold, like, you can't go to jail for it. So it's a little different, but I understand the concept and like the sentiment. You know, our TOS is kind of like our bylaws with the game. Like, I get that. That makes sense. Oh crap! There's a small charm. But you can lose your account. Baby Ethrune. I think it depends. I think it really depends. I think finding an exploit and exploiting something in the game that was put in there unintentionally and them like kind of, you know, utilizing that, I think is different than people trying to crack the code to like try to find people's personal information, stuff like that. I think those are like two very different situations and should have different consequences. Like if somebody is like putting code into the game or whatever so that they can sniff out, you know, people's personal information, those accounts should be banned. Their IP should be banned. Like all that should be like 100% try to keep that person from coming back to the game. Absolutely 100%. And I think they should lose their account. I think they should lose the ability to play the game, to ever make another account, like just outright completely ghosted. But when it comes to stuff of, you know, finding unintended, you know, results in a game, 100%. Hey, baby Lumrune. Let's go. I always love seeing the Lumrunes. 14 lifer. Excuse me. Low rune. Yeah, but just like we have, like you were saying, like with laws, like we should have different consequences for different like issues that arise, right? I think that makes sense. Yeah, it's all about the intent though. If you duplicate 1 million gold on accident versus duping 10 billion gold on purpose. Yes. But again, that is something that should have been fixed before the game was released. And I think once they're unable to duplicate gold again, it won't happen again because it's been fixed. And although the intent of the person, like we don't really know the intent of a person. Like we can guess that they were, you know, they were using it for nefarious reasons and like, you know, selling gold on the black market or whatever. But we don't really know what they're doing with it, except for probably buying better gear in the game so they could play the game faster than other people. Which is an unintended consequence for having such a bug or, you know, a miss in there. And that's where, hey, baby Rel. That's where rollbacks make sense. Hey guys, thank you for finding our mistake. We went ahead and rolled back all the people who abused it. We ask you guys, please don't do it again, you know. And let us know if you do find something like that in the future. We'll give a reward to whoever lets us know. This goes back to games are complex and people are human. Yep, for sure. Shouldn't have been in the game. It's unrealistic. Yeah. They should be doing more Q&A and testing so it doesn't happen. Yeah, devs are going to take ownership on their mistakes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we're pretty much the same thing here. I think we just maybe differ on the severity of the consequences for the player. Because I would much rather have a player who abused the system, you know, continue to play, just roll back their character, and still allow them to play. Then, especially if it's a smaller title, especially like Last Epoch, you 100% want people to keep playing the game. So I think outright, and I think that was an unintended consequence with Diablo 2 as well, when we had the duping issues and, you know, the runes and duplicating armors and stuff like that. I think that just the outright ban, I think I would have much rather having those people come back and play the game. Just now their characters roll back to where they were before they duplicated the gold, and they just got to start back, you know, with that. Yeah, rollbacks 100%. Okay, good. I think we both agree then. Rollbacks are best practice, or should be anyway. But like some of the vitriol like people get sometimes when these things happen, and they're just like so angry about it. It's like, hey. And I think, you know, sometimes, you know, we react with our emotions rather than our intellect. And I think sometimes like people just go too ham. They're just like, oh, screw these people. How dare they, you know, break our game and, you know, exploit these unintended issues that we have in here, you know? And it's like, and I think if people just sat back and be like, you know what, we definitely still want these people to play the game. Like we're a small title. Like we want people to play our game. We just want people to play it properly, you know, within the confines of the rules that we've created for it. And one of those rules is you can't duplicate gold infinitely. And so they just gotta fix that, patch it, roll back, good to go. And I think, if I remember correctly, I know Yusuke, you were a pretty big Diablo player, but I think they actually had rollbacks in Diablo back in the day. In fact, because hacking and like keylogging and stuff was so prevalent back in the day with Diablo 2, they even provided services for rolling back your character to before it got hacked. And you could get all your gear back and, oh, you need a key? Crap. I was not paying attention. But I think after a while they just stopped doing that because it was happening so much, and for whatever reason they couldn't figure out how to repair it. And so they stopped doing rollbacks and just started doing like full out like bans. So that's wild, you know. Yeah, I just don't think that people have really thought about that. They just expect their game to be perfect, and they don't have that technology put in. But yeah, I think Diablo 2 had that because duplication was like so prevalent with gold, duplication with runes, duplication with like armor and runes so that they can re-roll stuff till it's perfect. And of course that crashes the economy, so like people that actually play the game normally, like, you know, that you know, that definitely they thought about it, but they have no prioritize. That's prioritize. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. But yeah, I think I actually did that rollback service back in the day when I got hacked. during the Diablo 2 legacy heyday. Because that was just, they're always getting people that were keylogging, and that technology was out. A lot of the Asian, duping markets and hacking and cracking accounts just to get those, and choose to focus on other things instead of rollback type features at that extent. Yeah, true. Yeah, because it's definitely not a small. I definitely understand it's not a small endeavor. Like, it would be a very big endeavor to get those rollbacks in place. So.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay. What do we got? Mosers? Hey, it's Mosers. Very cool. Very cool starting out shield. I like that. Baby Ort. Yeah, and that's why people gotta kind of keep that in mind when they build their games. I'm just worried that when they do that and they just do outright bans, especially for a small title like a small team and a small group with Last Epoch. I just feel like that would eventually kill your game. And I think it eventually killed Diablo 2 because they just couldn't fix it and they couldn't keep up with it for whatever reason. And instead of fixing it, they just started banning people with bots. They started having Warden and other things. And they just needed to update their game so that those things could not be exploited anymore. And I'm sure they could have figured out how to do it. But I think it's just one of those things. It's it's not that big of a deal, But it is. Botting is such a huge deal. And, I was, in Diablo back in the day when D2JSP was the bot, And because of the game that has such low drop rates, it was almost they were begging you to to bot because it was so difficult to get the runes and items that you needed. Oh, hey, not bad. 16 life, 4% lightning resist. Those are always good to have those. That's not perfect, but it's definitely good. But yeah, I thought that was a good discussion. That was I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. I really don't think that updating Diablo 2 is a really big ask, honestly. And I feel like they really missed out on an opportunity by continually having updates to the season. I feel like they lost an opportunity by not including some kind of battle pass to kind of keep the game going. Because I'm sorry, it's 20 years later, 24 years later, right? Going on 25 years later, that this game has been out. And there's still thousands of people that play this game. Thousands. And Baby Dollrune, I think they could have revitalized the game with this release if they had kept up with changes, ladder reset. I think some really cool achievements first NA stuff, first Asia stuff, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily I think implementing some kind of a Holy Grail tracker inside the game would be awesome. I think a better tooltip system, so that we don't have to like guess if it's like a bale charm or what level item it is, so that we can better understand what we can re-roll and stuff like that. Updating like cube recipes. Like, I think one that would be really good is being able to re-roll holes in an item. I think would be really good. Like, you know, use the same recipe, just allow it to re-roll as many times as you want. I think would open up to a lot of possibilities. It always sucks when you get like a really nice base, ethereal, like everything you could ask for, and you roll it and it didn't get 4 holes, it got 2. And now it's garbage. Absolutely hate that. Nothing on the circlet. Let's try the tiara. 2 to Sork skills, better chance getting items. Wish it had like faster cast rate. That would have been incredible. Yeah, there is a huge list of quality of life features to add to D2. Absolutely. And I think, you know, and people were begging for them, like, and they just didn't do it. Instead, they added a bunch of content that added a lot more time into developing and focused on that. And then they did a poor job, you know, releasing Diablo 4, so much so that they had to like basically do all hands on deck and bring everybody away from Diablo 2 team just to try to save the Diablo 4. Yeah, it was just like a perfect storm as far as like that's concerned. Item stacking for runes, like, you know, having some kind of item that you can put runes and gems in. Like, there were so many different ideas that were brought up by the community, and they only had one time where they included, you know, streamers and like some like more people that were in the game for a lot longer than anybody else. 34 life, Grand Charm. Where like they added some different ideas for some of the items, and they actually, you know, took that feedback and actually ran with it and found a balance to the idea, and like it was a really great quality of life change in the game, you know. I think one of the greatest examples is the cleansing helm for your mercenary. That was a huge quality of life update, like just adding that so that you can actually, you know, baby Ithrune, actually feel like you can go into like Bel's Throne or go into Chaos Sanctuary and actually feel like you can accomplish, you know, grinding there. I got a small charm. 2 to strength. So like stuff like that was like really good, and I think if they kept doing that and keep doing like a PTR and like take customer feedback and actually utilized what people are asking for and what people feel like would be better balances as a whole, I think we wouldn't have had an issue like the mosaic clause. I think that's the best example I could use, which basically killed, you know, a lot of like people like wanting to play a game when they have like an absolute broken item, which makes a character so strong that they can do. I think they brought it up to like a player's count like 200 or something with SC Llama. Like he was able to do some kind of like manipulation to kind of see how far the mosaic assassin can go, and I think it was like up in the 200 player count or something ridiculous. I could be wrong about that. I could be completely talking out of my butthole. But you guys get that, right? You get it? Like it's too strong. And there was no balancing it. They never fixed it. Like it's still in the game, and it's been in the game now for over a year. And it didn't ever get balanced. So like they lost out on a lot of opportunities by not implementing a way to continue adding revenue in like you know, upkeep to the game, by not including like a $4.99 like I think that should have been a bare minimum, a $4.99 battle pass, or like, you know, monthly donation, or even making it. I would have honestly been okay if they made it where ladder was pay pay to play. Like non-ladder was free, single player was free, but if you wanted to play ladder, you had to pay $4.99, and you got all the additional content. You got all the additional changes each patch. They would update and change like items so that like your builds would change every single ladder, and you'd have to like really like try hard to figure out how to get your faster cast rate, your faster hit recovery, and make it so you can get max resistances with different items that they create in the game. And they just never did. It's just like, why would you not do that? Like they literally made the game so that it would never create any more revenue than just the purchase, so that it would eventually die, in my opinion. I almost feel like they set themselves up for failure for Diablo 2 Resurrection. I think they just saw it as another way to do a quick cash grab, instead of actually making the game better, so that the people that want to continue to play the game at the higher resolution, the more pretty it is, you know, with the updated graphics and stuff, and actually want to keep playing the game and keep experiencing new and interesting things in the game, they just decided not to capitalize on it. Because like all of the people that are my age, you know, the 35 to 45 people, like we want to continue to play these games and like get a revitalization like this. Like look how pretty it is. It looks so good. Like seriously. How do I zoom in? G? No. And this is honestly this does not represent what the Diablo 2 looked like back in the day. This is like a lower res version of that, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looked like. Like, look how beautiful this is. They really lost out at an opportunity to keep this game alive and to really continue to bring life into it. Like, if I was in the room, I literally would have raised my hand. Hey, how come we're not doing a pay for, you know, for ladder play? And then we continue to change items, update sets, you know, not make like, you know, them crazy, but, you know, update sets so like each set is comparable to like Tal's set, or like, you know, or whatever for each class. Like, why haven't we done that? Why not update and change items so that you can change your build and have a different experience every single ladder? And I think $4.99 is a very it's very low, you know, or even like say, well, if you pay ahead of time, you could pay like for $10 for like a season, for a 3-month season or whatever. I would have been okay with that too. Something. So like you could actually so that you could actually warrant these kinds of changes and stuff. And now that they have this all updated with updated software, updated like, you know, programming and stuff, they should be able to just implement things in and out. Like they did a huge update with those terror zones. That was huge. That was such a big change. Sunder Charms, huge change. Literally changed the way the game plays, which is great because, you know, immunities suck. Again, it's all about gating, right? It's all about gating, like how you want to play the game. It's silly. But yeah, they really lost out on an opportunity here. And I think that if they had it all in place, like even like, you know, in a perfect, maybe even not so perfect like world, they could have continued to have like cool stuff in this game. They could have done it, and they chose not to. They chose to make it a quick cash grab. They just updated it just enough so people got excited about it, bought it, and then rolled out Diablo 4, which was a crapshoot. And it's been a crapshoot since release. I honestly, with the changes and the new, was it Spirit Amazon, whatever it's called. And everybody was literally like, is this a joke? Like, where's the paladin? They didn't make a paladin? Seriously? Or a shield wearing guy? with all that really deep, in-depth lore that they created out of thin air. It's almost like they don't want to have, you know, their people play the game. Like, and I'm almost sure that class is going to be so overpowered they're going to have to retune it. I'm almost sure they're going to have to retune it. Because the way that it works, it's going to be like an overpowered monk, in my opinion. Monk, witch, doctor, some kind of, you know, class like that. But it's okay. Everything is going to be okay, right? Everything's going to be okay. Just play our game. We're going to release stuff and change it how we want. You know, we're not going to listen to community feedback. You know, we're going to roll out all of these. You know, we're going to roll out all of these. You know, all of these PTR stuff, and then we're going to take everything that you give us as suggestions, and then we're just not going to do it. And I thought it was funny, like the last campfire that I saw, I can't remember which one it was, but they literally said, oh yeah, this is not our game anymore. Okay, well then how come you're not, you know, doing the changes that is necessary to make this the player's game? 5 to Dex. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of being a little Debbie Downer today. I apologize. I really don't hate games. I love games. I really want games to be, you know, the best they could be. Yes. We're just in a day and age, for whatever reason, they make these games like in 3 to 5 years. You know, they come out incomplete, you know, unbalanced. And honestly, like, I get that. Like, you know, for having like different seasons and stuff, you're going to have different balances where some characters or classes or like item sets or whatever are going to be a little bit better than others live in life, so that you can have differences from one season to another. I get it. But also, I shouldn't have to play the lowest tier class and not have a fun time playing the game. It should be just as fun playing the lower tier classes as playing the higher tier classes, just on a different level. As far as like, you know, it's just a little bit slower, but you can still grind and you can like get up there. But obviously, like, you know, just like in tiers in Diablo 3, like maybe one build you can get to past, you know, Greater Rift 50, and like the lowest tier can get through tier 30 or 35 or whatever. Like, it's just a few tiers down. Not, okay, well, this build is completely garbage. I can't play it. It's non-playable. You know, you got to have that balance as well. So I'm very picky about my games nowadays. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. And I just want to be able to have fun. I want to be able to log in and just experience and have fun playing the game. I'd probably have more fun playing Diablo 3 now than playing Diablo 4, despite its imperfections. But at least I would enjoy the story a lot more. At least I would enjoy the end game a lot more, because I'm not gated and I have to like wait until I grind all this reputation, do all these different things. I have to grind all of this different items to craft those into different items so that I can actually create the item I need to progress through the game. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. You know, this is just one man with one beard and one microphone, just sharing his thoughts and feelings on games. You know, if I was a director for Diablo 2 Resurrected, I definitely would have done things a lot more different, with the caveat of wanting to make this game, you know, be a forever game. With the no matter how small or niche the group is, you know. But I think we would probably have closer to 8,000 to 10,000 players and, like, you know, stream viewers, rather than 2 to 4 to 5. If they just took the time to make it as good as it could be, you know. and have all these cool different changes. 1 to 2 fire damage. So I will forever advocate for doing that for this game. If anybody asks me what's the first thing they need to change in this game to make it better, oh dang, it's ethereal. Shoot. The first thing they need to do is either monetize ladder play. So if you want to play ladder, you gotta, $2.99, $4.99, something like that. Or make it like a donation thing where, like, you can play ladder for free, but if you want to play, if you want to have a couple little extra benefits, whether it's like increase gold, increase magic find, 3% XP or something like that to give you a little bit of advantage and make getting a battle pass or whatever make sense. I think that would inject enough funds to warrant a team and to continue to add to the game. And then we could start getting all those benefits, those quality of life changes, those different item changes so that we can have different builds and make it more interesting and really have fun with playing this game, Like, here's something I would add in the game. I would bump up the mid and high rune drop rates. I feel like they're way too low for single player. I think maybe multiplayer should be fine. I think they need to figure out how to better queue people up into group play, rather than just have lobbies and you just kind of pick a game and hope that you get a group that's close to where you're at, in the game or whichever difficulty. I think that would be the first thing they need to change. They need to be able to have games that you can make like in a lobby form, but they should have a queuing system where you can just queue up and it'll match you with people that are around your level and you can play, with, 4 to 8 people. I think maybe even increasing it to 10 people would probably even be a better idea, and then change the difficulty to match it. I think that would be a cool change. 10 mans. So along with increasing those rates, I would also make it so the Hellforge, 5% magic fine. That's always a good one to grab. Let's definitely keep that one. So they just killed Jamali. Dang, son. Make it so Hellforge can drop up to Zod. So change the groups from normal, so all the low runes normal, yes. Mid runes in Nightmare, and then high runes drop up to Zod in Hell. I think that would be the first thing I would change. And I think a lot of people would probably disagree with me and they feel like the game is perfect and we shouldn't do any changes on it. And for that I say, then go back and play Legacy. Like, I want to have a game that continues. Like, I would love for this IP in this particular form to be continued, for other generations to enjoy, and for it to be a staple and something to see as a way to inspire other games to have this kind of view, to kind of have this kind of play. Gosh, I really dislike how Diablo 4 is now an open world. I really don't like that at all. Like, it's not even a Diablo game anymore. It's like World of Warcraft with a Diablo skin. Gosh, I'm like really negative on that. Never mind. Baby Sol Rune. So yeah, that's what I would do. So that way we can get an infusion of cash flow so that we can warrant a team, and then make it interesting for ladder play. I could even go as far as to say make it so ladder play is pay is a pay to play, and then just have a ladder reset for people who don't want to pay to play and not have the added benefits, like, so they don't have an unfair advantage, if that's, you know, really interesting to people. But I feel like the battle pass will only really be, and ladder play will only be for the hardcore players that really want to race to the top of 99, that want to race to, you know, end game gear, get your first Enigma in the first week, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then people that are normies like me that just want to play the game, you know, as I play it, just going to play non-ladder. You know, that's just how people are doing it now, so why would it be different? Wish I had 2 skills. That's actually a really interesting paladin shield, honestly. I wish it was not a Sacred Rondash, but the elite version. I'm just blanking on the name right now. Sacred Targe, probably. But look at that. 38 life, 27, 48. Resistances. 10% damage goes to mana, and it repairs durability. So even if that was ethereal, that would be pretty bomb as well. Yeah. If it only had, like, +2 skills, that would have made that super primo. Open world in Diablo 4 has just become a gimmick versus adding new dimension to the game and add some kind of value to the gameplay. Exactly. The open concept and the open world of Diablo 4 does not add value to the game. It doesn't add value, you know, to the player experience. Like, it just doesn't. The traverse is a super funny gimmick as well. Can I please just not have lurkers in here? Oh, it probably would help if I had Jamali, huh? Let me go grab Jamali really quick. It really does not add value to the game, and I think it just gives it... They wanted to open it so that it feels like you're playing more of the game, and it just doesn't translate well, especially in the... when it comes to playing the... whatchamacallit. All right, see what we got here. Cohen's Point. Oh, sorry, Colwen's Point. Oh, I'm almost sure this is a Holy Grail. Oh, I've seen it. Dang it. I thought that was something I haven't seen before. Never mind. Not Tri-Red's Boots. Dang. Yeah, the whole traverse thing is a super big gimmick as well. It's supposed to, like, bring depth to the game and, like, make you feel like you're, you know, you're really traveling from one place to another over a rope or up and down a ladder or like a... Yeah, it's really stupid. It doesn't bring any value to the game. It doesn't bring any kind of interest to the player, in my opinion. So I feel like it could have been done better, but I feel like it was not executed well. But I'll say it like that. I feel like it was a good idea, but it wasn't executed well. And with that, in the open world concept, they didn't increase the density. So traveling from one pack to another was super far and few between. So, like, leveling through the campaign sucked. It was not fun. It was not interesting. I feel like Last Epoch did the best with the travel because there were so many different packs in between. Like, you literally did not go longer than like 3 to 5 seconds from, like, hitting another pack. So when you're slow traveling without, like, a mount and stuff like that, it didn't feel like you were traveling very far because it was just one battle to the next. And that's something that they could have done a lot better in Diablo 4. A lot better. All right, nothing interesting there. Boy, did we dry up today or what? Did that Saroon just, like, reset all of my luck or what? What's happening right now? RNG Jesus is not pleasing us today. Oh, the game that adds us again. Yeah. And I think it's bad game design when people are begging for, like, a loot filter. Like, it's such bad design. That means it's like there's too much stuff being dropped. Like, that was something I was, like, really confused about. And I would get excited when, like, the unique stuff dropped. Like it just wasn't interesting. Like I didn't get the same dopamine hits when like a Shaco drops, or like when and again, this is comparing apples and oranges at this point, because I do not see Diablo 4 as a Diablo game. I feel like it's another game completely, and although it's skinned in a Diablo 4, it's skinned in Diablo. It's not a Diablo game in my opinion. It really isn't. Like, it was supposed to be too much junk being dropped. Yeah, and there's no need for it. Like, there's so much junk that drops, like in Diablo 3, like, it was ridiculous. Like, you'd literally fill up your whole inventory, and then you'd have to go and salvage after, like every run. That's just so wild to me. Like, hey, we don't want you guys to play the game, so we're just going to have you do that. Hey, thank you guys so much for buying our eBay stuff. Really do appreciate it. Just got another eBay sale. If you guys haven't realized this already, we are sponsored by viewers like you. So thank you. Go check out bluemistcollectibles.com, guys. Definitely check out our eBay store. We are buying collections as well, so if you're interested in that, definitely reach out to us. Send us an email, orders@bluemistcollectibles.com. All that fun stuff are in the links down below. Definitely check out the tree link. That's where they're all at and easily accessible. And it directly supports the channel, guys. It really does. My brother and I, we're in business. It's exciting. It's fun. And we'd love to ship you guys some sealed product or singles directly to your door. So please and thank you. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to follow on your way out as well if you're just stopping by to check it out. Nah, not a good ring. Yeah, so there's just so many missed opportunities. I would have loved to seen more. 2 offensive auras. Circle it. So like, I think we're sacrificing. What's the word? I think we're sacrificing volume versus. I just lost my train of thought. Guys. 10 dexterity, circle it. I feel like there's been a sacrifice. Instead of like having less gear drop, so like, it's really interesting when you do get that one, item, for just dropping a merriment of items that you're not realistically going to pick up because none of it is interesting. I think Diablo 2 has this issue as well. I feel like that we got too much stuff dropping with the different item sets. Something that could be fixed, but it never will be. But instead of dropping like 10 items, maybe dropping 1 to 3 items, I think would be good. So that way when you do finally get that, and there's just too many levels of items. Like, why is there, like, what is the rarities now in Diablo 4? Let me look this up. Diablo 4 item rarities. Okay, so they have common, magic, rare, legendary, unique. Okay, so they only really have 5. But like when you get into the end game, you're dropping, 8 legendaries and 2 uniques like every time you kill the boss. It's like, and almost always none of them will apply to your character. That was something that was really wild to me. Like I couldn't really start doing my build as a druid. I think I got my first piece, Baby Ithrin. I feel like I got my first piece that was a part of my build, like literally the 3rd week into playing. Like I literally played it straight for 4 weeks. I think I got my first item, which was a staff that was for my build, 3 weeks into playing as a solo player. That feels bad. So like not only is like a merriment and a splash of loot every time like something drops, or every time like you kill like a elite mob or elite group or something like that. Oh, we're getting a lot of rare rings, just nothing interesting, sadly. Yeah, another jank ring. So, and nothing is for your class, like almost ever. So like the with all the technology that we have right now, we're in the 2020s, right? We're going on to 2025 here pretty soon, and we haven't figured out how to drop loot for classes. Like if I'm playing sorceress, I should have some kind of like buff in the background that I don't see. That gives me the opportunity to find more sorceress stuff. Yeah, I should, because they'll probably play different characters and stuff, so it makes sense to have other class items drop, but I should have like a, I don't know, 60 to 75% chance of getting sorceress items over anything else. And I feel like, when you have abilities and stuff, like could it not check my abilities and go, oh, this is a ice sorceress, so I should get items that are more geared to ice. I feel like that technology is either there or should have been developed already. And it's like, nah, bro, you're just going to have to deal with getting nothing for your build and nothing for your character until you're like 3 weeks in the gameplay. So that was like over 36 hours into it. I got my first item that was for my build. Yes. And so going back to what I was saying earlier, where Rax got his first perfect piece of gear, perfect rolls on tempering. He's been playing since the inception of season 4, and just now he's probably one of the top players, and like time invested. Oh, that's cute. 15 all resist, 3 max. That's cute. Just got his first perfect item. How is it that we're closing in on the end of this season and people are just now finally getting their first perfect piece of gear? How is that? That's bad game design. Again, you need to have a good balance. It can't just be Diablo 3 where you get like the best gear in the first 20 or 30 days and like have your build in the first 6 hours of the game. There definitely needs to be a balance, obviously. But it just should not be that drastic, Anyway. I really do need to do some healing at some point. Not today. Not today, boys. But anywho. All right, let's get to 2,900 runs. I'll go use the restroom. Yeah, I could literally talk about this the whole stream. Literally could. Yeah, there's just so many different things. And I just don't understand, like, is it just because all the people that made the good games are no longer making games because they've aged out or retired? And so now we have a new influx of game creators that just don't know how to make good games? Like, what's changed? Is it the culture? Is it the ideologies, whether political or cultural ideologies? Like, what's changed to make it so these games are no longer good or as good as they were? Is it just like movies? You know, like all the good directors are just retired or done making good stuff and are not willing to train the next generation of creators and stuff? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think a lot of these inspirations and changes are part of those kinds of things.
Yes.
I definitely feel like, you know, the ideologies are eating people alive in a lot of ways, both in movies, TV shows, and I think, you know, also video games. I think that's definitely an aspect of some of the issues that we're having. More worried about getting our thoughts and beliefs in games rather than just making a good game. And asking the question, does this bring value to the game? Does this bring value to the player? Does this bring value to the mechanics? Does it make it fun? I think those questions are, for whatever reason, not being asked. Heyo, heyo, heyo! What is that? That is a Mal rune. That is a Mal rune, guys. We got our first mid rune of the stream. Let's freaking go. Love that. Not as exciting as a as a Sir rune, but always fun to get, you know? Always fun to get. Ooh, there's a Smolly too. Let's get into this tent over here so I don't have to fight for it. Eh. Huzzah. We at least got something, guys. Like, I was like, man, we're getting 2 hours into this. Not even a low rune that's interesting. Or a mid rune, excuse me. And then just then I was just like, oh, hey, Mal rune. All right. Cool, cool, cool. But I shouldn't have to run solo. I shouldn't have to solo thousands of lower Kurast runs just to get a freaking bear rune. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think the challenge is fun, and I think within the confines of what the game currently is, it's interesting. But in this day and age, this is not fun. It's just not. We can do better, guys. Games can be better. All right, let me go ahead and pause it right there. Ding, 2,900 lower Kurast runs, guys. If you want to help me continue to do this, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Really do appreciate it, guys. It does go a long way. I am going to go use the restroom real quick. And get some more water. So I will return shortly. Should I go ahead and give you guys yeah, let's give you guys something to enjoy while I'm gone. Let me do one of my previous streams here. There we go. I'll be back. That would have been so dope. That'd be so good for, you know, everybody would run Infinity at that point. Nobody would run anything else. But yeah, you're right. It was Conviction Aura. Does not lower poison or magic. I feel like I feel like I knew that in my heart, but I had to like confirm. The Humpsta. I love that name. That's great. Some of y'all have some very clever names. I like it. Ooh. a ring. And nothing. Poison. +1 to poison dagger, guys. Out of all the charges it could have gotten. Yeah, good times. But welcome to the channel. Champions new and old. I mean, overall, like, this weekend is actually pretty good. I mean, 2 Mal runes, a really good small charm, and a 5/5 die facet for lightning is pretty good. Like, I'll be honest with you. It's a pretty good weekend overall. Like, if we were online, we would be able to probably trade some of these things to get even closer to our goal of getting an Enigma, but yeah, I think the poll was definitely right. Definitely need to play the long game. Keep focusing. Keep doing a few hundred each stream. Just keep grinding them out, you know? Because eventually we'll get it. So, it's just about, it's like, how patient can you be? I feel like it's a waiting game as far as like letting the charms come to you over time. 50 poison damage over 6 seconds. I still think my best poison small charm is like 175, I believe. It's probably the best one I got so far. It'll probably go on the smiter for Ubers. Eventually. Yeah, I think after getting Enigma, I think doing Ubers is probably, or farming keys for Ubers would probably be a good idea. Because I'm still rocking these characters without any Annihilus and without any torches, so probably be a good idea to do that afterwards. Just got to keep focusing, man. Just got to keep running them. Because eventually we'll get it. Just like Aki, you know, eventually got an Aki and then I got 3 Akis. Same thing with Arachnids. Like, took forever to get an Arachnids and then boom, Arachnids. So, yeah. Soul Self-Found, you have to let the items come to you. Let the items come to you. And then just kind of, you know, deal with it however it turns out, you know. Ugh. So, I believe RNGesus is teasing us at this point. We now have gotten 3 IO runes in a row. So I have a feeling. How close would that get us if we got a low rune? That would pretty much get us pretty close to half. Items. Oops. Did I close it by accident? Yeah, so if we got a low rune, it would be just above Ohm. So that would get us closer to another Sir. Yeah, that would get us pretty close to halfway if we got a low rune. That would just be a matter of time before we get another one. So, but I would love to get, or another Ohm rune. Sorry, to get us a low. That'd be good. Baby Sol rune. Another ring. Okay, life stolen, attack rating, life. Kind of low on the main stuff you want, but I mean decent attack rating and life stolen is actually pretty decent. Not enough to put it on the highlight reel, but you know, not bad. But yeah, if we could get another Ohm, that'd be sick. And then we could Smush those into a low. That'll get us pretty close to a bear. Basically, what we need to do is like slow roll that to half, and then just get another bear room, and then done. Excuse me. That would be the ideal, you know. Like slow roll the first, the first half, and then just bam, finish it. That would be awesome. I'll just put it out there. Let's see if RNGesus will make it happen in the near future. $220. Baby Ithrian. Oh, light gauntlets. Should probably at least look at those. Decent cold, poison resist, and magic fine, but 17 strength. Dang. No skills or FCR, sadly. Another baby rune, baby tier. We did get 11% lightning. I know we got 11% lightning today. I should put that up there. I know for sure we got that. I know for sure we got that at least. Looks like I forgot to mute my microphone. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's live scene. There we go. Let's get back into it, guys. Like I said, I'm only streaming until noon, so kind of short streams this week. I do apologize, but it is what it is. All right. See if we can't get another cool item. Oh yeah, let's add best session really quick. We're gonna add Malrune. $2,900 runs. That's a lot of runs. It's literally the most runs I've ever done on one challenge. Like the most I've done, I think, is 1,000. I want to say. Excuse me. So it's really exciting to have one of these. So super cool. Well, hey champions, welcome in. So far, we got Malrune today. We got a couple of interesting small charms, but nothing like super crazy. Baby Am. Baby Ithrian. Just grinding them out, man. One at a time. One more. One run at a time, I should say. Oh, I'm so excited for the fall, guys. It's finally cooled off enough where we can open up the windows at night, and I'm super, I'm here for it. I really am here for it. Yeah, we don't got time for your large charms. Get out of here with that junk. So that's going to be really fun. I love the winter time. I really do. Because summertime, you can only take off so many layers before it becomes questionable. Where like wintertime, you can put as many layers as you want, and you can be all snuggly and warm. And it's amazing. I love it. Only thing I struggle with is just driving in like heavy snow. 46 defense, 19 extra gold. Like if it's a blizzard or it's flurrying or it's really thick. Yeah, driving in that's not fun. It's not. Luckily we have all-wheel drive on all of our vehicles, so it's a non-issue, which is good. But it doesn't mean that other people are going to struggle with it. Baby Ortrun. I'm excited for next month because we're going to have a full month. No extra time off, right? We're not going anywhere anytime soon until maybe November or December, depending on what we're doing for the holidays, which I'm not even sure what we're doing for the holidays just yet. But I suspect we're going to have some time off during those months. So September is going to be a really good push for the channel. It's going to be a really good push for our collectibles. It's going to be a really good month, I think. So I'm here for it, honestly. I'm here for the September. I'm really excited for it. I think yeah, maybe we'll have some better rotations on the terror zones next week. This week was kind of poopy. Like with the days and times that I stream now in the mornings, it's kind of hit and miss whether it's good or not. Seems like all the good ones are in the early afternoon, late evenings. And like every so often, like I'll have a good morning where it's like one or two different like cool terror zones. What I kind of use to break this up a little bit. And I'm also not in a place where I can like farm gear because I need a meal so bad. 8 poison, percent poison, 1 to strength. It's not terrible. Not good enough for the clips though. Not good enough for the clips. We did get a Mal rune today. We got a Sur rune yesterday. That was super exciting. So if you guys are just tuning in, we just cubed up to our Bear rune. So we are now Bear Ohm 3 Mal ist is where we're at right now in our journey. We want to get up to that Jaw rune so that we can make our first Enigma on solo self-found. And that's going to... The reason I'm so focused on it is because it's going to open up so much cool stuff in the future. So... Oh! Let's freaking go! 11% fire resist small charm. Gotta love it. Love seeing it. Yeah, there's nothing more I could really say about that. Let's go. Magical small charm. And here we go. So I'm actually looking at a lot less magical items. Like, I'll still pick up circlets here and there. Like, I'm not picking up jewels. But I'm just picking up, like, small grand charms and runes. I really need to not pick up runes. Anything below a pole, honestly. There's another ring. I also check rings. But haven't really found anything super interesting on rings lately. Found a decent one, I think, earlier this weekend. But nothing crazy, you know. They're always far and few between. So if you're just tuning in, I am Jay Rhymes. I play Diablo 2 Resurrected. I have very I have very hot takes on Diablo 4. I have allergies. For some reason, they're super high right now. I need a key. Okay, well, guess we're going to get some keys. Greetings, stranger. Did I get... Yeah, I did. Alright, good deal. So currently what I'm doing right now is I'm doing lower Kurast runs until I can cube up to a jaw rune is what we're working on right now. And we're just over halfway. We just hit the over halfway point with over 2,900 runs. So we're definitely ahead of the curve here. You know, I was expecting to do, 2,500 runs per like Sir rune. And so according to my calculations, we're ahead of schedule, which is excellent. It's definitely where we want to be. We want RNGesus to please us as much as it possibly can with drops. So to get that, it's awesome. My brother and I, we just went into business with each other, so we just started Blue Mist Collectibles. So if you want to support the channel and buy cool Pokemon sealed products, definitely check that out. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow, turn on notifications on your way out, so that way you know when we go live. As always, really appreciate all of the support, guys. It's a beautiful thing, this community, honestly. Grandy, okay. Let's see what we get. Ugh. 11 to life. 11 to life. If you have any questions about the game, I'll answer them the best I can, and if I can't answer them, we'll look it up together. Triple threat, there's always nothing ever here, so I used to get excited of, getting that extra, chest in there, but never amounts to anything, sadly. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, this game. It's going to be a lot more fun once we have Enigma. I don't have to use teleportation staffs on anymore. It's going to be awesome. Nothing. What else is there about me? I'm married, 2 dogs. Got a house, couple of cars. Just like just a normal American. Very vanilla. Also happens to be my favorite ice cream. Nothing there. Baby Solrune. Scissors Quab. This is going to be nothing interesting. Dang. So the way I play Diablo 2 Resurrected offline is I have different challenges. Hey, thank you guys so much for buying over on eBay. Appreciate it. It's like somebody just bought a grottle,
I can't carry
one of our SIRs. Really appreciate it. But yeah, just so you know, we do have a holiday tomorrow, so baby Amryn. So that'll get delayed until Tuesday, sadly. Everything's closed till then. So what I like to do for fun is obviously play Diablo 2. I also like opening Pokemon cards. It's a lot of fun. Spend time with my family, go on walks, drive up into the mountains, you know, touch grass, touch trees, all that fun stuff. Enjoy hanging out with family and friends. All that fun stuff. Talrun. I also dabble in movies here and there. Ooh, small charm. 4 max stem. But yeah, I'm super picky about movies nowadays. Or just I literally wait until after it's been out like a month or two before I go see it in the movie theaters, or even like rent it. So until I know people are saying, okay, yeah, this is pretty good, then I'll consider watching it if it interests me. Really stoked about part 3 of Dune. I feel like they finally did Dune good. These last 2 editions. So yeah, it's a little bit about myself. Got 2 doggos. Got a Chihuahua Russell Terrier, and we got a Chihuahua. We think she's a long-haired Chihuahua Dachshund, so like a Chiweenie. They didn't really specify her breed when we adopted her, but she's super fun. All right, Smalley. 1 to 2 cold. It's a blue Shaco. It's the non-Shaco Shaco. But yeah, I feel like doing something interesting once we get Enigma will be really fun. I'm thinking about doing I'm thinking about doing either Indariel until SOJ. After we get Enigma, or something like get one of each torch. I think would probably also be a good one. So I'll probably do like 1,000 Countess, 1,000 Malathak, and 1,000 who's the other one? Is it Mephisto? No. Summoner. So maybe I'll do 1,000 of each of those and try to get 100 keys of each or something like that. Or maybe do it until I get a perfect one. So I at least have one of each and then a perfect one. Okay, that was a little much, but okay. So I have a lot of good ideas. I haven't fully fleshed them out because I'm just I know this particular challenge we're on. Lower Kurast till we can, build up to Jarun is quite the undertaking. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not fun. It is fun once you get a good hit, but you got to do hundreds of runs before you get a good hit. So it's not like a 1,000 runs of Mephisto where like every 20 or 30 runs you'll get like a hit. I just did Bizarre. Oops. Where here it's like you'll get a good hit like once every like 100 or so runs, I feel. I don't know, maybe some people have better luck than others, but with my luck it's like once every like couple of 100 runs. Might get a decent mid rune or something like that. I'm definitely going to run these when I decide to do a Mosaic Assassin, because like Mal runes just drop quite often. I feel like you could probably, within like 400 to 500 runs, you should have, goals and Mals out the wazoo. Or at least I've gotten a lot of goals and Mal runes doing it, so maybe I just got lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. I don't know. However you look at it, right? But today's going to be fun. So it's Sunday. I do my last stream on Sunday. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings now. Till about 11, 12, 1, depending on how long or what time I get up. If I stay up too late, then that definitely pushes back the start time, but I stream somewhere between like 7 and 11, somewhere around there, and I stream for about 3 to 4 hours, so on average. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. Just kind of depends on the day. But so we're going to Costco. We got to get some stuff from Costco. We got to get some stuff from Walmart. And then I have a deal I got to do in town around 3:30. So that's cool. Yeah, so it's a pretty full day. And then I'll probably do some more card listings and like, product listings and like marketplace and stuff like that. So I got plenty of stuff to do for, business stuff today. And I'll probably do a bit more tomorrow as well, since I have the day off. Spend some time with my wife and then just, work on stuff around the house. Catch up on some cleaning probably. Oh, there's a Smalley there. Should probably check that one out. 1 to string. Ayo, Lumrune. Baby of the babies. Or one of the, not quite the baby of the babies, but that was fun to get Lums. There was a time where I was just like, I need to get a Lum rune so I can cube it up to a... What was the rune I was looking for? Whatever comes after Lum. Lem? Something like that. Something like that. What is this? Is this any good? Oh, it's 3 NATO. Oh. Maybe I keep that instead of a Shaco? I don't know. Boy, I'm really full. Alright, guess we'll put the Lum there. I also procrastinate on muling. I used to mule like at the end of like every stream, Amrune. But I haven't been doing that lately. Just been like put in some more hours and, a few hundred runs here and there. And then just balance, But I do need to do that. I need to do that really bad. So, but I think one thing that Solo Self found definitely lets you do is it lets you hoard more things. It's definitely something that's happening since I've been playing it. I did play season 7, season 6. One of those seasons. I actually played a Wind Druid. Got Enigma the second week. Like I found enough stuff to trade and get Enigma. And I was just like, well, that was easy. Just got really lucky, I got a Vex rune walking up to Bale. Soul rune. And then I rolled a high superior base for gosh, what is it called? The mace? Flail. So I got a perfect roll on the flail, and I was able to trade that for, I think I got like enough to get like a 1.5 high runes or something like that. And then I traded something else to get another high rune, and then I was able to convert that into bear jaw and got a decent base. Grandy.
I am overburdened.
But are you? 9 maximum damage, 76 attack rating, 24 extra gold monsters. Gold barb, anyone? I feel like game's trying to tell me to make a gold fine barb, and I just don't need gold. Probably my favorite character in Diablo 2 is probably Summon Necro. It's probably my favorite. Then after that, probably Wind Druid. I think those are two of my favorite ones right now. Only reason I'm playing Sorceress is out of necessity while trying to build the next one. I don't know what I'm gonna build next. I'm kind of debating. I think I either want to do an assassin or, well, I think maybe I'll probably have to make a Smite Paladin first. Definitely want to have a dedicated character for Smite. Just like I have dedicated characters for on the Sorcerers, all the different elements. Another Lum rune. Let's go. It's almost like it wants to give me more runes, but it's just rolling low runes. Excuse me. Anyway. So yeah, I'm excited to go spend some time with my wife after this. It'll be good. Oh, it's a Smalley. Should probably check it. 1 to 6 lightning, 1 mana. Yeah, it's like I had a really big hit like last stream, and now it's like this stream's just kind of meh. That's what you get when you're farming in Diablo 2. It's a mixed bag. You never know what's going to drop. And as much as you want to get like a jaw rune, I can't like focus farm like for like a specific item or like that. You know, you can just get to the boss or the area and just do the best that you can and hope and pray that it drops at some point. But you know, you only get what you get in solo self-found, so you gotta deal with whatever you get. I almost feel like I should have saved that Vex rune. I did have a Vex rune, and I decided to make a Hodo for my characters, and I feel like it was the right decision to do. It made my paladin a lot stronger for chaos, so that was pretty cool. 2 to strength. Yeah, I'll probably switch him to Foadin and maybe do some more chaos runs in the near future. But again, I'll have to mule before I do that. So I feel like chaos would be a really good place. I think I could do players 3 Foadin. I've been doing players 3 hammers lately, but I think Foe would probably be a lot more simpler point and click kind of deal. But Yeah, we'll see when we get to that point. I do like to take breaks in between instead of just grinding them out 100%. I feel like it's just hard, like, mentally to just do this over and over again for 4 hours straight. I like changing it up, having a little bit of difference in between. So yeah, I really do. So baby Ortrune. Yep. Nut and honey. Amulet. One to Amazon, some resistances. Nothing really anything crazy. Nothing crazy on the belt either. Oh, that's a lot of yellow. Nothing there. Yeah. It's funny, like when you get to that point where, you know, we get to the high point in the stream, it's like I really hope I find something interesting. Yes. So it's a little more digestible for everybody. But if I get another Sir Rune, I'm gonna do some laps around my house, so or even a Bear Rune, that would be incredibra. That's really all we need, and then we can close the books on this particular challenge. Sorry, my brain's just not working today. I think it's all the synthetic crap I just drank. Because usually when I do my coffee, it's actually
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, okay. Let's try that again. 47 attack rating, 29 lifer. It's actually not too bad, but I think I have more than enough of those, so I'd only want to pick up good ones for future barbarian. But yeah, I kind of do want to do either an Andy until I get some Annies, or Stone of Jordan so I can get some Annies, or I run all of the key guys. One of those two. That's probably what I'm going to do next. Nothing there. I feel like the key runners would be good because I feel like not only are you getting keys, but you're also getting drops. So that would probably be good for, you know, Holy Grail and stuff. So there is that. Hey, Grandy. Hello, Grandy. 45 defense. And some cold. Oh, there's a Grandy in there as well. 7% faster run walk. You know, I've often thought about just putting a bunch of run walk on this character to see how fast I could get my run walk up. So get like 7, is it 5% run walk you can get on SCs, or is it 7? It's one of those. But because I got this new helm, which definitely helps me with faster cast rate and faster run walk. The other two items just doesn't help me at all, but as far as that's concerned, I definitely see a change in my run walk speed, and that, you know, helps me save a second here and there once that accumulates. So I could probably re-roll this map and get a better one. 11 life SC. There's a lot of things I could do differently to make it faster. but I don't really want to spend the hours it takes to re-roll until you get a perfect roll. Just being honest. I'd much rather baby Ethrune. I'd much rather just get, you know, the best, second best, and just get started rather than just keep trying it. You know, I was thinking about maybe trying to re-roll on another character and then, you know, switch to that one once I get a perfect one, but I only get so much time playing this game, and so I just don't want to. I would rather just get in and play rather than waste time just trying to get like the most perfect, most what's the word? Min-max out of the game. Maybe if I can do it full time, maybe we can do that. But as of right now, it's not looking that way. So. Oops.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I feel like doing Andariel 1,000 or so times just to get a few SOJs might be kind of boring. I feel like maybe working on keys and like working on Ubers here soon might be the way to go. I'm hoping I finish this this challenge before the end of the year. That would be ideal. Like, honestly, if I could finish it before Q4 starts. So, like, by the end of September, that would be ideal. But ooh, that is good. All right. All right, baby Ralrune. Sorry, guys. We are coming down to the downslide of the live stream. My wife, we're gonna go shepping. 6 poison damage over 3 seconds. Small charm. So bad. I think the best poison charm I found was like 100 over like 6 seconds or 7 seconds or something like that. I think you can get up to like 300 and something on the lower on those. I don't know if those are real or if those are bugged or what, but I think you can get up to like 300 poison over so many seconds. Which is actually really good, especially if you're doing melee on Ubers. It's actually pretty good. It kind of makes up for not having monster heal, I think it is. I think it makes up for that. But we're just talking about possibly handing out Pokemon cards along with my business card to try to bring more awareness, you know, to our business, bluemistcollectibles.com, if you hadn't heard already. Because we're thinking about doing we're doing our marketing campaigns and we're trying to do it more organically rather than just paying for clicks and stuff like that. So we're trying different ideas. Like right now we're sending business cards in like a kind of like a thank you favor with each order. that comes through. Nothing super crazy, nothing like super valuable. Just a little something to say, hey, thank you. We really appreciate you. And I'm really hoping that we are able to grow it the way we want to. I think it's a good idea to maybe hand out like the trick or treat Pokemon cards along with like a business card. I think that could definitely help. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, again, sorry. Anyways, so I don't know if we're gonna be handing out candy for Halloween or not. We'll see. It's a possibility. 3 maximum damage. Grand Charm. Dang. Alright, I think we're almost at 39 total hours spent on these. It's wild. So right now we're doing like basically a bear rune, 117 attack rating on a Grand Charm. So we're doing about a bear rune every baby towel. Every 40 hours or 3,000 runs. So whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I feel like we're ahead of schedule from my initial thought, which was a Sir rune every like 2,500 runs. But we definitely beat those odds that I was, being probably conservative about. I like being conservative on my numbers because then, like, when it happens and like we get something good, like early, that always feels good. 15 to mana, small charm. So I think we'll probably end today around 3,000 runs, probably. Something like that. Baby Soul Rune. Is it Sol or is it Sol? Sol or Sol? Like, how do you guys pronounce it? Is it Sol or Sol? I want to say Sol. It's like my initial thoughts on that, but 3 dexterity Grand Charm. Man, we're really getting really bad charms today. Like, I've just remembered like previous streams and knowing that we've gotten so much better drops. I guess we did get an 11% fire small charm, which is pretty good. All right, antlers and a jewel. All right, so antlers we want to get 4 or 5 NATO. So like 2 skills, 3 NATO. That's really what we want on those. So that's going to be nothing. For jewels, I really want to get a max strength and max fire. So instead of doing Rowls in my my Jamali's helm. Yeah, that's not like we did get the strength on there, but we didn't get the fire resist. So I guess, instead of doing Rowl runes to get that extra fire resist to compensate, it'd be really cool to get that. So, oh yeah, I didn't finish it. Excuse me. Baby Ethrune. And nothing. Yeah, I really want to hit 3,000 runs. I think we can do it. Was that 20 runs? So that's like, what, 10 minutes? Oh, there's a Cetus. Should probably look at it at least. 1 to martial arts, so nothing good there. Okay, small charm. 20 life, 1 defense. Okay, that's always really exciting. I love getting the max life. 1 defense doesn't help too much, but we'll definitely keep it for sure. 238, 10. And then I always do these timestamps so that I can find them later when I do my clips. Which clips are doing really good on YouTube. Back to back, 18 lifer. That's pretty cool. Oh, we'll just say 2x magical charms because that's helpful. Did I just start a new one? No. Oh, we need 40. Oh, okay. Maybe we won't get 3K. My bad. I miscounted. I thought we had 20 left, but we had 40. So we won't quite hit 3K today. Especially when I keep misclicking on the waypoints. So that means we got 220 life charms, something like that. I think those aren't bad placeholders until you get more other stuff. It's not too terribly crazy, and really just want the runes, honestly. Like, I would love to say that I did 10,000 lower Kurast runs, but that's for somebody that can do this like full time, for sure. Definitely I'm a part-time scrub in this game. But yeah, got big plans in the future. Big plans.
Good day.
Just got to get those last few high runes. Oh. Another Lum rune. I don't even want to show Lum runes anymore, honestly. I feel like it has to be pulling up. Has to be pulling up. Alright, let's go ahead and round it up to 2,970. Let's just get it on that even. But that sounds very OCD, doesn't it? It has to be even. Otherwise, I got to do more runs. Yeah, I don't ever check monarchs. It's never like a jeweler's defensive blocking or whatever it's called. Same thing with claws. I just, it's just so niche, and like I'm not going to be doing any kind of PvPing, obviously. So there's that. Okay. All right, guys. Last run magic. Let's see it. Last run magic. Excuse me. Baby Tyrune. And Just like we thought, nothing. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications. Definitely subscribe on your way out so that you don't miss me going live. I do try to live stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the mornings between 7 and 11 Mountain Standard Time. But times and days do vary, so don't forget to do that. Definitely check out my sponsor, which is my brother and I. We sponsor my channel, so bluemistcollectibles.com. I really do appreciate you guys. Love you very much. Thank you so much for all the support. Really do appreciate it. And from my family to yours, good night, champions.